Hi guys, it's Izzy, and in today's video we are finally going to be talking about conspiracy theories. That's right, I'm one of them. Now, I feel like conspiracy theories are something you're either really into or really could not care less about. Now, for me personally, I've been into conspiracy theories for years, you know, like diving into them all on YouTube and everything. Now, don't get me wrong, I definitely do not believe every conspiracy theory that's out there, but something like a massive pet peeve of mine is when people dismiss conspiracy theories just because they're a conspiracy theory. Like people that never seem to question anything, that just take information as it's handed to them. So the definition of a conspiracy is a secret plan of a group to do something unlawful or harmful. And a conspiracy theory is the belief that some influential organisation is responsible for a circumstance or event. Now, there is literally such a negative stigma just against the word conspiracy theory, but you know what, by just making people out like they're crazy, it dismisses any valid argument that they may have. It's like, who's gonna listen to a crazy person, do you know what I mean? I feel like Brian from the True Geordie explained this a lot better than I can, so I'm just gonna make him do the hard work.
People are often dismissive of conspiracy theories because we've been trained to associate the word conspiracy instantly with the word theory,
right.
And that's a government tactic to make us not believe any conspiracy theory, because what they want you to do is put those two together to make it sound like it's not true, it's just a theory, when often when you look into conspiracies, there's often facts to back it up and it is just a conspiracy.
And don't get me wrong, some things on the internet are complete nonsense, but you know what? Sometimes people that have questioned what is going on have got it right, and some of these conspiracy theories have turned out to be true. So in this video we're going to be going through 5 conspiracy theories that turned out to be true. So next time everyone's like, these conspiracy theories aren't true, I'm going to just link them to this video and be like, you know what, sometimes they are. So the first one is Batterygate. This story was quite a big one, but in case you haven't realised what this is, it is about the iPhone batteries slowing down so that you upgrade them quicker. Now, I don't know about you, but have you ever noticed that after a while your iPhone becomes really slow and really laggy? I mean, I can't relate, I've got a Samsung, but So you think, I could go and get my battery fixed, but hang on, iPhone's just released a new iPhone. It'd be cheaper to actually upgrade my phone to the latest iPhone, wouldn't it? So people were thinking, hang on, is this just a marketing scheme by Apple to make us upgrade our phones? And then Geekbench did an experiment where they got old iPhones with the old batteries, and they downloaded the latest software updates onto the phones, and it found out it made it a lot slower, and they could replicate this amongst loads of different devices. So they were like, hang on, Apple, what's going on here? And then Apple released a statement and an apology saying, yes, this is true. They say that the software updates do slow down the battery and the performance and the processing of the older iPhones, but they claim this wasn't a malicious thing. They just want to make sure that the batteries on the old phones don't run too fast, because after a while the battery life just won't be able to keep up. So by slowing down the performance of the battery, it actually prolongs the life of the device in the long term, even if it just slowed down how fast the device is running. So they're saying it's actually just so you can keep your iPhone faster. Apart from, they are facing a lot of lawsuits, one for even $999 billion, because one, they're putting batteries in the iPhones that they know won't last for a while without having to slow them down, and 2, because they were actually keeping this information from the general public. People would phone up Apple support and they'd say, listen, what can I do about this? And instead of saying, it's just the update slowing down the battery, so you can just replace it for a new battery, they were telling people it'd just be easier just to upgrade it to a new iPhone, because obviously Apple would have lost a lot of money if people realised that they could just speed up the performance of the iPhone by switching the battery instead of just buying a new phone altogether. So naughty Apple. The second conspiracy theory that turned out to be true was Project Acoustic Kitty. So in 2001, declassified information showed that in the 60s, the CIA were using cats to spy on Russian spies or Soviet spies. So a surgeon implanted a microphone in the cat's ear, a radio transmitter at the base of its skull, and wires through its fur. And they tried to use these cats to spy on Soviet spies and, figure out what's going on without them realising that, hang on, they're being spied on. And this project was estimated to cost about $20 million, but was it a success? No, it wasn't. So the first mission allegedly failed because they released the cat to go and spy on some people in the park. Apart from it was hit by a taxi almost straight away and died. But other reasons why this project failed was because the cats were really, really hard to train. Like, I don't know about you, but like training my cat to like walk to a specific point in the garden would be a nightmare. They get distracted at everything. And they realised that, yeah, these cats do get distracted by everything. They get hungry. They just weren't doing what they were supposed to do, really. So in the end, they took out all the microphones and the cats are said to have lived a happy and long life afterwards. The third conspiracy theory that turned out to be true was the US government poisoning 10,000 citizens. So from the years 1920 to 1933, alcohol was banned in the US. But this didn't really stop people drinking illegally. People wanted their bevs, do you know what I mean? Like if someone told me, Izzy, no more Jaeger bombs, I'd be like, try me. So the government didn't purposely try and kill 10,000 people, but what they did to sort of deter people from drinking industrial alcohol that wasn't meant for drinking in the first place, they put poison and chemicals in the alcohol to try and like make people a bit sick and tell them that, oh, listen, maybe don't drink alcohol. But people still did, and 10,000 people died. And then the government was like, oh, maybe this isn't working. And number 4 is asbestos. I'm really bad at pronouncing things, so like I really hope that that's how you pronounce it. Probably not, let's face it, but asbestos. So it's a material used in like building materials, and as early as 1918, like the companies knew that it was a harmful substance for their workers to work in, but insurance companies and asbestos companies such as Johns Manville, naughty people, they didn't really care about the condition of their workers. They didn't really care that it caused like lung cancer and stuff like that, because obviously they wanted people to work in those conditions so that the companies could get the money, because that's what they sell. So it's a conspiracy theory between these industrial companies and insurance companies to just like keep this information hidden from the general public, because obviously if the general public knew, then the workers would know and that they wouldn't carry on working there. But then more and more studies started to come out, and like people were investigating this. They were like, listen, like the people that work in these conditions are getting really, really ill. But now working in these conditions is banned because people have well and truly discovered something that they knew all along, is that asbestos makes people really ill. And last but not least, I decided to talk about the MK Ultra experiment. Now these types of experiments may seem a little bit familiar, like they may have based some TV shows on it, like, I don't know, Stranger Things. Now these experiments happened from 1953 to 1973, and we don't know exactly what went on altogether, but we know that they happened. Like in 1977, it was ordered by the person in charge of these trials that all documents about it would be destroyed. So we only know what actually went on by a few documents that survived, and also the sworn testimonies of the participants of these experiments. So like I said, it's not the most detailed proof of what went on, but we do know that it did go on. So what happened here was that the CIA was investigating whether mind control would be possible, whether this would be possible through drugs such as LSD or hypnosis. So they were trying to figure out whether the CIA could use this on Soviet spies to get information out of them, and whether this technology did exist, and whether the Soviet spies were already using it on the CIA agents. So the participants in this experiment were unwilling participants, like they didn't really consent to taking part like at all. They were just like US and Canadian citizens that were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. So yeah, these experiments happened, these really inhumane experiments happened on poor citizens because the government wanted to know whether or not mind control was possible, and they did this all in secret, but then later it was confirmed that it was true, that people actually were subjects to this experiment. So that has been my first conspiracy theory video. I just wanted to get this one out of the way, like be like, sometimes conspiracy theories are true. And yeah, I want to cover a few more conspiracy theories on my channel, so if you have any requests, please let me know. There are so many conspiracy theories I want to cover, but I also don't want to be like really boring on my channel, because I know that conspiracy theories are huge at the minute on YouTube, and I don't want to be one of them that just like says what everyone else has already said. So I'm gonna have a good think about like what path I'm gonna go down with the conspiracy theories on my channel, but I just hope that you've enjoyed watching this in the meantime, and that you maybe have learned something new. Thanks for watching. I'll make new videos every single Wednesday at 5 PM, and I have my social media links in the description below if you want to see more of this. Why wouldn't you see more of this madness? But no, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next Wednesday at 5. Bye!